If you are a theatre lover visiting Lancaster in the next few months, Fulton just announced their new 2025 to 2026 season, and in this video we're going to be going through each of those shows, when you can see them, and why the Fulton Theatre and Lancaster has become such a thriving community for artists in the theatre. Hey there Lancaster, if you're thinking about a night out this fall, let's talk the Fulton Theatre. So just off the back of their blockbuster 24-2025 season, they recently announced their 25 to 26. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what's coming up in the latest season, why you should visit the Fulton Theatre in the first place, a little bit about my experience working there back when I was an actor. So right off the back of their blockbuster 2024 to 2025 season, where we saw huge shows such as Jesus Christ Superstar and Cats, the Fulton has recently announced their latest. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Fulton is also called the Fulton Opera House, and it is a historic landmark right in downtown Lancaster. You can tell by the Victorian beauty on the outside, but after the latest renovation a few years ago, it's filled with some of the latest theatre tech, and typically they'll do 6 shows a season in their main stage, 3 or 4 upstairs in their studio theatre, and a couple of family-friendly shows as well. So what is coming up in 2025 and 2026 for us all to enjoy? First on the list is Driving Miss Daisy. This runs from September 12th through 28th. The 1987 Alfred Uhry play is a warm, funny, moving friendship between Daisy and her driver Hoke, spanning many decades in Atlanta. This is a very small cast of only 3 actors, but the talent is absolutely insane. Next up, we have Jekyll and Hyde, which runs from October 10th to November the 2nd. This was originally premiered in 1990 and then 1997 on Broadway. Music by Frank Wildhorn, book and lyrics by Leslie Syracuse. This is based on the famous book of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's a gothic thriller where one man has 2 split personalities with an epic pop rock score. Number 3, just in time for Christmas, we have Elf, which runs from November 21st to December 28th. This was originally made in 2010, but it's been brought to the theatre this Christmas. This is based on the famous film where Buddy leaves the North Pole to find his family, and we have a Christmas spirit in New York City. This should be fun for all the family this Christmas. Into the new year, we have And Then There Were None, which runs from February 13th to March 8th. This is the 1943 Agatha Christie play where 10 strangers on one island, and one by one, it's a classic whodunit that keeps you guessing right until the end. As we break into spring, we have Hairspray, which runs from April 10th to May 3rd. The 2002 classic features Tracy Turnblad, think big hair and an even bigger heart. This again should be fun for all the family, and a wonderful feel-good Friday night out. And then the final show of the season is West Side Story, which runs from June 12th to July 12th. This is the 1957 absolute classic by Stephen Sondheim, the Romeo and Juliet reenacted in 1950s New York style, where we see the Jets versus the Sharks, love versus hate as Tony and Maria try to figure it all out. Upstairs in the studio theatre from October 24th to November 16th, we have Deceived. This is the 2022 adaptation by Joanna Wright and Patty Jameson, and this is based on Patrick Hamilton's Gaslight from 1938. It's a psychological thriller that coined the term gaslighting. Number 2 is It's a Wonderful Life, which is a live radio play. This runs in the studio theatre from December 5th to the 28th. This is a classic film reimagined as a 1940s radio's broadcast and should be great fun again for the Christmas season. From January 16th to February 1st, we have Every Brilliant Thing. You're 6 years old, your mum's in hospital, and basically you start making a list of everything that's brilliant about the world. Everything that's worth living for. That's ice cream, kung fu movies. Soon the list will take on a life of its own. This is a play about depression and the lengths we go for the ones we love. From February 27th to March 22nd, we have The Shark is Broken. This is a comedy written by Ian Short and Joseph Nixon, and this is about the cast of Jaws who are sitting there not realizing the monster hit they're about to have, complaining and bickering between themselves. Little did they know that this film is going to change their lives forever. From April 24th to May 17th, for the first time ever, Castagna Hall is going to be transformed into a theatre venue. They're going to be performing the hit Dear Evan Hansen. Evan Hansen has felt invisible, but when a tragic event shocks the community, he thrusts himself into the center of a rapidly evolving controversy. Evan is given the opportunity once in a lifetime, the chance to be somebody else. If we want to bring the kids down to the theatre, if you thought Elf wasn't enough fun for Christmas, we also have The Nutcracker. This is based on The Hoffman's Tale and The Beloved Ballet, and it's a kid-friendly version with a musical theatre spin. This will be running from December 6th to December 27th. Now, how can you get your tickets, I hear you ask? So the best way to get tickets is to go directly to the Fulton's website. I'll put a link in the description below, or give them a call on the phone line. Do not purchase any of the tickets through some of the resale sites, as they can be very, very expensive. If you are looking for a way to really keep those costs down, they do tend to do something called a pay what you want night. These tend to be on the first Thursday before the show opens. Your best thing would be to follow their Instagram page because they can announce those at short notice as well. If you're looking at seeing multiple shows in the season, you could also go and get yourself a subscription. You can get really great discounts if you're looking at purchasing tickets for 3 shows or more. If you're someone who needs captions, ASL, or audio description, or a sensory-friendly support, the Fulton also has specific dates and offers on their website. So if you're someone who requires any of those services, they do speciality dates for those performances as well. The best way to find those, again, is to go onto the website and check for the days marked with the ASL. Now, one of the reasons why Fulton has become so successful over the last number of years is because the people who run it do such a wonderful job and care deeply, about the community, the people working there, and then also the actors and the artists themselves. The artistic director, Mark Robin, had the pleasure of being able to work with him on 2 musicals, 9 to 5 in 2024, and then the most recent season, I had the privilege of playing Munkerstrap in Cats, and I got to work with Mark on both of those, and casting director / associate director on that particular project, Joey Abramovitz. Now, the main reason why the shows and the seasons keep going from strength to strength to strength is because they care so deeply about the artists. They just run a really great rehearsal room, and they genuinely have such a passion and joy for theatre that you just create an amazing experience for everyone working in the shows, which then translates to the stage itself. And then you just get these very, very wonderful productions, which fills my heart as someone who is an actor, but as someone who also lives in Lancaster and enjoys theatre, there's nothing better than going to watch a Fulton show. Another reason why it works so well is they also have a great combination of New York talent and local talent. People they've nurtured through the years through their kind of theatre school and their academy. Other local professional artists who've worked at likes of Prima Theatre, Sight and Sound, or American Music Theatre. And you also get Broadway stars, off-Broadway actors who come to Fulton because it's such a great place and such a prestigious theatre to work at. If you combine that with the downtown life, if you're staying for the weekend, you can go stay at the Marriott for a couple of days. You've got plenty of restaurants such as Cellavi, The Exchange, South County Brewing Company, 401 Prime. You've probably got about 30 restaurants within walking distance from the theatre itself. It's super easy to park. So let's say if you live in Philadelphia, you could even drive in for the day, park up, go for dinner, have some lunch, potter around the shops, and then see some top quality shows in the evening. If you're visiting Lancaster for a couple of days and you want to check out some of the other theatres, you also have the Prima Theatre, who during the Christmas season, they have the wonderful illuminations, which I would recommend going to see. It's a small black box theatre. They have about 150 to 200 seats. But the Illuminations is basically a 4-part or 4-person show filled with classic Christmas songs reinvented in a new way. And they tend to have a 3 to 5 piece band. But again, very, very enjoyable, intimate Christmas show. If you're looking for something that's a bit more glitz and glam, not quite Radio City Music Hall, but the kind of second biggest Christmas show on the East Coast is American Music Theatre. That tends to run from the first week of November all the way through to the end of December. This year they're doing Deck the Halls, which is going to be a kind of 1930s, big glitz and glamour, New York, sophisticated Christmas. So again, plenty of different types of theatre and Christmas shows coming up. They have Dancing with the Stars and many other great concerts going on there. That's a much bigger venue, about 1,600 seats. So you get this really great concert venue in Lancaster itself. If you're someone who enjoys dinner and a show, but at the same time, you have Dutch Apple Dinner Theatre. That's located about 20 minutes drive west from Lancaster. They have a number of great shows throughout the year. The budget may not quite be as big as places like Fulton or American Music Theatre, but you get some great local talent performing well-produced shows at a reasonable price with good food. So who can ask for more, really? And then finally, one of the major theatre players in the area is Sight and Sound. So again, if you want like a huge production value, religious storyline, then Sight and Sound Theatres is an absolute must-see whilst you're visiting. This theatre is absolutely huge. It's around 3,000 seats, and they have live animals, a huge production cast, and it's a truly special day or night out. And then you have it. That was the Fulton Theatre's 25 to 26 season. Also a little bit of other entertainment you could enjoy whilst visiting Lancaster yourself. And if you are thinking about moving to Lancaster, then please click the link in the description below and I can help you with a quick 15-minute consultation to set you on a game plan so you can start enjoying this theatre-filled city.